This is video 2 in the troop leading procedures lesson. In video 1, it was an overview and introduction, and also briefly talked about leadership. So in this video, we're going to talk about mission analysis and the warning order. So what are the 8 steps in the troop leading procedures? Receive the mission, issue a warning order, make a tentative plan, initiate movement, conduct reconnaissance, complete the plan, issue the operations order, and supervise and refine. So in this lesson, the troop leading procedures lesson, I should say, we're mostly going to focus on steps 1, step 2, step 3, step 6, and step 7. So steps 4, 5, and 8 are typically you're gonna need to do those in like a practical kind of environment. But we will talk about those briefly. So receiving the mission, step 1. Okay. You receive the mission in a variety of ways. It could be a verbal order, it could be a written order, it could come across digitally, and so going back to receiving the mission, okay, step 1. Once you have received that mission, you are going to do a hasty mission analysis. All right, the key word being hasty here. Okay, you are not going to go into full-blown planning mode at this time, and honestly, I think this is kind of the most important step in the troop leading procedures, because specifically doing the hasty mission analysis, because in my experience, you're not going to get a whole lot of time to plan. So the hasty nature of doing a mission analysis to prepare for a mission, especially for those of you that are in small unit leadership roles, you're not going to always get a lot of time to plan for an operation or for a training event or something like that. So let's back out of this slide deck real quick and go into what that might look like as far as receiving a mission. So this is an example of a higher headquarters op order. So in video 1, I said that we are focusing more on the squad level, for the troop leading procedures. So what we have here is an example of a platoon level op order. All right. So orders follow the 5-paragraph format of situation, mission, execution, sustainment, and command and control. So when you come down here to, if this is a platoon order, which this is, okay, you get your mission as a subordinate, not from the mission paragraph of your higher headquarters order. You are going to get that from the execution paragraph of your higher headquarters order. All right, and specifically, you're going to get that from either the scheme of maneuver or the task of subordinate units. So let's say, for example, we are squad 1-3. All right, we are 3rd squad and 1st platoon. So once I receive my mission from higher headquarters, so let's say the PL, the platoon leader, just handed me this written order, I need to come down to find my actual element. All right, so I'm 3rd squad, 1st platoon, and I would find my mission statement. So I am going to conduct a point ambush to destroy enemy personnel and equipment at this grid no earlier than, that would be like a date-time group, in order to prevent the envelopment of the company decisive operation, or DO. All right, so when we talk about receiving the mission, step 1, okay, that is what we're talking about. Okay, so you could have received that verbally, but for the purposes of this lesson, we will say that we got it in a written order. All right, so we've received the mission, and now we need to do a hasty mission analysis. So how do we use, or how do we do mission analysis? We do it by using the acronym of METTC, which stands for Mission, Enemy, Terrain, Time, Troops, and Civil Considerations. All right. This is the valuable part of the value in troop leading procedures is actually doing the mission analysis. So the first M stands for, or the M stands for mission. Okay, so you're going to look at your mission, and if you remember from the example I just showed you, it is an ambush with the tactical task to destroy. You would also look at, so we found the platoon, we need to find the platoon mission, our mission, and adjacent unit missions in both paragraphs. So, and it also says to plot locations on the map to show the big picture scenario. All right. So we need to look at the platoon mission, our mission, and adjacent unit missions. So if we go back into that order, all right, the platoon mission is right here. Remember, we're 1st Platoon, 3rd Squad in this example. All right, so 1st Platoon Alpha Company conducts area ambush to destroy enemy personnel and equipment no earlier than, this would be a date-time group, in Zone Alpha in order to prevent the envelopment of the company decisive operation. All right, so we found the platoon mission, we found our mission, which I remember I said we were 3rd Squad. All right. And then we would also look at the missions of our adjacent units. 1st Squad, 2nd Squad, and 4th Squad. All right. And on the slide it said we would plot those on the map. All right. So it says plot locations on the map to show the big picture scenario. So what you would do is you would take your map and put those grids in. All right. So just for an example, we'll use this grid right here, our grid, which is Golf Alpha 186807. A 6-digit grid should be more than enough for us to use for a map. So 186807.
Okay, you're 11, right?
186807. One eight six 186807. So right about there, where I'm pointing with the cursor. All right. 186807. So we're probably roughly around this vicinity. All right. So what we have done by doing that is we understand that we are doing an ambush. It's in the vicinity of a road in this area. Okay. And so if we plot those other grids from those other squads, all right, these other grids, if we do that, that starts to paint the picture to us of what's going to go down in that during that mission. All right. So remember, it's a hasty mission analysis. We're not doing a full-blown terrain analysis at this point. We know what we're doing in ambush to destroy, to prevent the envelopment of the company decisive operation, and pretty much where we're going to be operating at. Next, we are looking at enemy, who, what, and where. Remember, this is not a full-blown plan. This is a hasty analysis. So if we look at the enemy, we're looking at who they are, what they've been doing, and where they've been doing it at. Find it in the situation subparagraph, plot locations on the map. So we go back into higher headquarters order. We go to paragraph 1, enemy situation. We're looking for who, what, and where. Alright, so situation, enemy forces. Remember, it's Hasty, so we're trying to find who they are. Aragon Liberation Forces, the ALF. Who they are, what they've been doing. So come down to recent activities. ALF forces have been conducting harassment operations throughout AO Darby. They have ambushed ACDC patrols at these grids. They have established a suspected supply route along Highway 137, and they have established a cache. They have also done a squad-sized ambush on an ACDC resupply convoy at this grid. So, who they are, what they've been doing, and where they've been doing it at with the grids. So you would go back to your map, and you would start plotting the grids with the appropriate symbols for the enemy activity to kind of start painting the picture of what's going on in your area of operation. What's been going on and what you're going to be doing in your area of operation. Terrain. Only concern yourself with major terrain features that will directly impact your operation. Remember, you're working on a condensed timeline. So they're just like MEDTC is what we use for a Hasty or for mission analysis, not just Hasty, right? Terrain analysis also has an acronym, which is OAKOC. Observation in fields of fire, avenues of approach, key terrain, obstacles, and cover and concealment. But you're not doing a full-blown terrain analysis right now because you are doing a Hasty mission analysis. So concern yourself with major terrain features that will directly impact your operation. So an example of that might be, I don't know, if we are over here in this vicinity, anyone that's ever walked through any of this knows that it can be kind of difficult to navigate through. All right, so you might cover that, when you are talking about terrain. So Hollis Branch here from Hollis Creek can be kind of nasty to walk through, so that's going to slow down dismounted movement. Time. Alright, so for a Hasty mission analysis, alright, I keep reiterating Hasty. For a Hasty mission analysis, you are going to focus on a planning timeline. Okay, it's a planning timeline. Basically, everything that needs to happen prior to beginning your mission. Okay, so everything that needs to happen from the issuing of the op order to drawing ammo to drawing class 1, which is MREs, water, layouts, rehearsals, all of those things. You are going to start building that timeline during this part of the mission analysis. Here there's a note, it says it's the most important. I would agree that it's pretty important. I don't know that it's the most important, but it's pretty important to establish a timeline and meet it on the way to preparing for the mission and before you SP. Troops, this is your task organization, so we'll just cheat here in an ambush for a squad or the 3 elements of an ambush. You've got assault, support, and security. So Alpha Team Leader will be security, or Alpha Team will be security, Bravo Team will be assault, and headquarters will be support. Alright, so depending on the type of mission you have, you won't only do ambushes. There will be, sometimes there'll be reconnaissance or raid or whatever, but different missions call for different task organizations. So this is where you would do that really quickly. And then civil considerations. So the Army loves acronyms. So just like you have MEDTC for mission analysis, you have OACOC for terrain analysis, you have ASCOPE for civil considerations. We're not really going to go into that too much right now. So that's it for video 2, and then video 3 will be next.